Just so you know it's a regular deck, it's like this.
7.
Getting it so we can figure out what he does later. Turn the video close. You want me to hold
Pretty
it?
regular, right?
That's a lot of cards.
Videos?
Hopefully there's 52 of them. You sure you saw it?
All the way and that zooms
Do
out.
it again.
Yes, sir.
It's pretty simplistic. Oh, this is a flip.
I just want you to see that it's not fixed, okay?
Hey, when he's a priest, he can't lie.
Did you count them?
He's a priest.
This is a story of Little Joe and the bartender. So Little Joe says to the bartender, "What do you think? Can we have a party?" He said, "I'll see if I can get some people to come to the party." So Little Joe goes, my assistant, cut them nice again. So he goes out the door, goes down 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, 5 blocks, 6 blocks, 7 blocks, 8 blocks. Almost is discouraged enough.
She's fine. She's fine.
He comes back. He comes back and goes out the other door. He said, "I'm not quitting. I'm going to find some people. Hard job, because it's Saturday night. 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, 5 blocks. Ha! Over 1 doorway. I mean, a corridor." And comes back. He said, "How'd you do?" He said, "Well, I found 4 nice guys." He said, "Where are they?" He saw it. There they are. He said, "Great. Here's $2, Joe." He said, "Now we should get some nice ladies, women, to have a party. Can you find them?" He said, "All right." Cut him. So this time he goes out the back door. I want you guys to be figuring out how it's done. Goes back goes out the back door 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, over 2 streets, up 2 flights of stairs, and comes back. He said, "How'd you do?" He said, "Well, I was down at the Ladies' Society, and they were there, and they weren't doing anything." I said, "Would you like to?" And I said, "Sure." I said, "I got 4 nice people for the party, ladies." He said, "Joe, give me a..." How much?
$2.
$2.
You're catching on, John.
He said, "We need some booze." And he, you don't have to have booze for a party, but he said, "These guys are responsible people." So he said, "Do you think you can find anything?" So he said, "I'll try." He's getting a little tired of being the messenger. He said, "Do you think you can find some booze for that?" After all, it's is that all right? Cut him. You could screw up this whole thing. But no pressure. So this time he goes out the side door, goes down 1 block, he goes back 2 blocks, 3 blocks, over 1 street, and then another street, and he comes back. He said, "How'd you do?" He said, "Well," he said, "I found the best I could do for we have plenty of pop and plenty of other stuff, but for the liquor," he said, "the best I could find was 4 bottles of blackjack whiskey." He said, "I'll be doggone. Where'd you find them?" He said, "At the 468 Club." I said, "Great, Joe. Have a..." So then he said, No. I hate to send you out again, but we need some entertainment." You think he said, "All right." Say, "All right." All right. Now this is not gonna, a lot of this, you're too young. But the group, he's looking for some musicians. So he goes down 1 block, goes 2 blocks, figure out what I'm doing. And he goes over 1 block to the left, and he goes up a flight of stairs, and he goes back. So he said, how'd you do? He said, well, I found all kinds of music, but I found an old bunch of old guys. They call the 4 Aces. Have you ever heard of that? Any of you heard of the 4 Aces?
Yeah.
No, you haven't.
Last time you did this joke.
He said,
I knew a really young
singing group.
priest who told this.
I want you to remember this. This is the singing, right? The singing group, the 4 Aces. Ta-da! He said, "You're tremendous."
What's he get, Glenn?
So then he said, let's see. He said, we got another little problem. It's not too big. I said, I could use some change. He said, I got 2 $20 bills. 4 $20. He said, you think, oh wait.
2.
2 $20. He said, you think you can get some change? So he goes back. He said, oh, he's getting really tired of this. Are you getting tired of this yet? So he goes down, front door again. 1 block. I mean, you've got to get this. 2 blocks. You've got to see that. He goes over 2 streets, up a flight of stairs, and over 1 door. And he comes back. He said, you do best I could find out. Stop bugging me. Best I could find for the 2 $20 bills were 4 10s. 4 $10 bills. Don't bother me anymore. Where'd you find them? Don't bother me. 468 Club. Same place I found.
He is another $2 tip.
He said, great, Joe. Give me oh, here's how much? $5.
Yep.
He said, you're wonderful. You're wonderful, Joe. He said, how old are you? He says, yeah, I'm 68. He said, you don't look a day over 35. Are you married? He said, yeah. How many kids? 7. 4 boys, or 4 girls, and 3 boys. He said, doggone it. He said, do you play poker? He said, yeah. He said, where'd you learn? He said, at the 77 Club. He said, want to play? Sure. Deal.
That's how it always works.
What do you got? Spread them out.
Is that good, Glenn? Yeah, good.
Put them down.
Put them down.
McDevitt's know everything about cards. Yeah? 4 9s. And he says, too bad, little Joe.